Myself and my boyfriend have been going through a lot lately. This is the last leg for us. We're really, really hanging in our relationship. I've seen an opportunity for a social experiment, and I think that it's best we both come here and get some help.
You made me wanna know. I've been with my partner for 3 years now. Just like everyone else, we've had our ups and downs. You know, things happen. But coming to therapy with a camera for some social experiment, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, like, she knows my perspective on this. I prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner. But, you know, us getting to this extent where we're actually here for a social experiment, it doesn't make sense. I think it's going to go south. Like, I'm 90% sure, but at the end of the day, I'll just say, look, I told you so.
Hey guys,
What's up?
welcome back to our channel.
Your girl Tolu.
And I'm Fayo.
So today we're going to be asking to
Blue therapy. He opens the door.
Hello. Hi, Denise.
Hi.
Hello, Paul. How was the traffic?
Terrible. But we're here. We made it.
Did you notice she said hello Paul and he didn't say anything back?
Have you ever been to therapy before?
Never. We've never been. I did go online. I read how important it is about, having premarital therapy, counselling, and I do believe myself and Paul are in dire need of some help. I wouldn't say we've deteriorated to a point of no return.
Is he looking
but
confused?
We're progressing in our relationship, and I'm not entirely happy.
Okay. So, Paul, thank you for joining us. Have you got any idea of what expectations you are looking to get out of this therapy session?
I have no idea. I'm curious to find out.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's great that you're here. So,
Emphasis on how people perceive us as a couple, how he's perceived as an individual and how I'm perceived as an individual. Currently in our relationship, we're doing a lot of patching instead of really like fixing the issues.
okay, Paul, do you feel the
Okay.
same way?
I'm literally blown away. Like, I haven't even heard this before. Do you want to give more context to what you're actually saying? Because I'm a tiny bit
Okay.
confused.
Paul, for example, has a lot of friends.
You
He
guys
has
like,
affluent friends. He
yeah.
feels like he has to fit in,
Am I sure? Do you?
which he might fit in
I feel
as
like
friendship,
it's more
but
like-
when it comes to finances, he doesn't necessarily fit in.
like,
So if we're looking at
is she going to drop
percentage-wise
a
and when
huge
they go
bomb?
out
Is
and
that
what
why
they
she's
spend,
trying to
they can
start
afford
with
it.
I love
We
having
can't.
you?
But Paul
Okay.
will do it anyway.
Let's
And then
see.
he'll spend the next week or two chasing the bag he's blown, which now leaves me in a deficit of love. So there's neglect going on in our household.
All right, so
Shall we start?
So of course this isn't my first time
Okay,
on
but
camera. I'm very
okay.
comfortable in front of camera. I understand Paul isn't. I didn't bring him here to embarrass him though. This is kind of like shock therapy. It might shock him into kind of seeing that we need help, that we've actually got problems within our relationship.
I'm going to ask Shoma to just start us off. What would you like to start off with?
I love you. You do know that, right? And I feel as though we've got different views of life. So to me, Paul is very image.
That's not fair.
we've been here for 5 minutes. Choma's talking about finance to the bloody Denise, someone that we don't even know. Now, first of all,
Why are you there?
there is
You
no
would not
man
talk
that's
about
out
the
there
finance.
with multiple accounts, crypto accounts, high interest accounts, that's gonna sit down and show his girl his balance. So she doesn't even know the financial situation first.
So hang on, let me just let Paul speak regarding the image and the
Okay.
going.
I actually think she's right. But let me break it down for you. I'm happy and I'm humble.
I don't know if you're hearing it, but like I'm hearing at the Nigerian accent in some word.
Yeah, me too. Because I thought it was a Nigerian thing.
Enough to be the brokest man in a room full of millionaires. Do you know why?
Okay,
Do you know who would have the most to benefit in that type of situation?
you would.
So
So I'm trying to get like, okay. No, he said I'm happy to be the brokest man among the mates.
Like, okay, your point, your point.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone that said I'm happy to be the bucket man. The mate
I
of
guess
the
in
millionaire.
this scenario, he's trying to say when like he is hanging around with people that are richer than him, that he's obviously going to be learning more from them, like taking more from them than they are taking from him. So
That's practically how I've been able to exponentially grow my income, basically.
He's taken the whole fake it till you make it to another extent, because at the end of the day, I'm not naive to know that you are treated how you're perceived. However, be yourself. With the whole spending above your means, should I say, yes, we can afford it. I'm not saying we can't, because he's the first person to speak about finances and we need to save and we need to do this and we need to do that. But as much as, I purchase nice things, Paul does a lot of the spending. And in the past, we've had situations where he's invested and there's been no returns. So I don't feel like I need to suffer at the expense of his invested. Do you know what I mean? We're in a relationship. We're not business partners. So I'm suffering for nothing.
okay, so is
I
she
like the
trying to say like the money is theirs, like for
No, she's just trying to say that he's spending way too much.
I get all of that, but if you really dig it, if he's trying to invest with his own money and he's not really gaining much from it, yes, she'll be bothered, but she shouldn't be as bothered as when it is
Then that
theirs.
means their money.
Because she's like, we're in a relationship, we're not business partners. I don't
And
have to
somehow-
suffer for
And
that
somehow,
kind of thing.
when this thing kind of affect him, it's going to affect her also. Maybe that's what she's trying to say.
Do you feel that it's an equal situation?
She just said she's suffering for nothing.
That's how you go.
Okay. So am I nothing?
That's not what I
Right?
said.
She didn't say anything
It's like
that.
your comprehension. This is why we're here, because anytime I bring up at home, he dismisses it.
Really?
Okay, you're not comprehending what I'm saying.
okay.
I've literally just explained it.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Out of everything I said, you got
And then he converted it to something that wasn't said. And then he cut
takes
out.
what he
He was
wants
like,
to take.
yeah.
He hears what he wants to hear, and he sees what he wants to see.
I'm not dismissing it right now, right? We're having a conversation. You know, I don't know you from anywhere, but you're here. Let's have a conversation, right? So when we first started dating, she was happy with, the drive, the ambition, me taking, calculated risk here and there and gaining rewards. She's the first person to come and, say, oh, congratulations, babe, let's celebrate together. But then I've actually kept the same energy, and now it seems like she doesn't really have the same energy. So who is the person that's falling off?
Okay, so in other words, I'm a hater.
Well,
Because I still would celebrate your wins.
no, that's true. But the only thing is, let me give you an example, right? So literally, I have access to a good number of private members clubs. This is through the clients of mine. I train high net worth individuals, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these membership clubs, obviously it's not everyone that's, invited. And I feel like that kind of affects Chioma. Whereas before, if we were going to like a normal type of, average, maybe not average Joe, but the usual, then I'll kind of be, oh babe, come along. But when I'm actually, grafting.
What are you
and
saying? What are they saying? What are you
Like,
saying?
you're
Guys,
speaking A, you are speaking Z,
like,
and
you're going to
bragging
be,
and
like,
bragging.
not
Oh,
even-
celebrities.
You're going to number 5. Like, it's entirely different.
Like,
from
he's
what
not
you're
even in
saying.
alphabet
He's not even in the
anymore.
alphabet anymore.
Okay, and guys, I just have to say this, like, I can't overlook this. I'm
It's
hearing
fine.
Trauma and Shoma and Sherma, but I heard her name is Chioma.
Ace in the bag, as she said.
Or maybe just
I don't really feel like she
maybe
needs
not
to be
Chioma.
present, and she actually
Maybe
doesn't have an
Chioma.
invite anyway. So
I don't think it's Shoma.
Okay, that's
because,
not what
like,
I'm not
I
upset that I'm unable
think
to
you
come
know,
to the
they were
events that you go
saying
to
Chioma,
and to the,
like, it is about this girl
gambling
called
places,
Chioma.
because it's gambling, if you ask me. It's
I'm
casino,
waiting
isn't
for
it?
Chioma,
So
but
the
I'm
clubs
hearing
you guys are
Shoma,
going to and the money you're
Trauma,
spending, some of it
all
is
those other
gambling,
names.
all right? Because everything he likes to say is constructive. Clubbing is not constructive.
doesn't
It's not
have an
beneficial
invite anyway,
to
so-
our relationship or to him. Even places like that, he places too much emphasis on how they look at him. So you're out here doing the most. You're putting too much emphasis on the way they see you. Why is that? You're supposed to be impressing me, not
Preach.
them.
So the type of people that I deal with, they're on another level, to be fair. They're high net worth and they work really hard for themselves. Now, for me to be able to kind of be that act of service for them, you can imagine how hard I have to work. If they're calling you, you need to answer. If they're sending you a message, whether it's a text or WhatsApp, listen, you need to be on point. I'm able to give them that service.
His head is literally swelling from pride.
And it never even gets
Literally
on track.
swelling.
The kid is saying something else. He always, why does he always?
Like, she's saying he spends too much money out, and then he comes back home and he neglects her, goes to work, and then you're like, oh, I work with high net worth people, celebrities, and people that have influence.
I'm on my way for this social experiment. I'm quite excited. I'm happy that Jamel is using this initiative and wants us to be part of this. There's a few things that I do want to get off my chest, so it will be nice to speak to Jamel, speak to the therapist, and I'm excited.
Deborah, did you travel far?
I didn't actually. I live in Highbury, Islington, so it was not too bad of a journey, just about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So my partner's running late, I apologise.
Whose idea to come to the session was it?
It was Jamel's idea, but I'm open to it. I'm excited. You know, I want to see where we can take our relationship because we are, you know, we've been together a year now. So I don't actually understand how Jamel is late. He's the one that has brought me to this whole thing, and you're late. Sitting here, I don't know the lady. I look very stupid, and Jamel is late.
Here he is.
So I'm late.
Was the traffic bad?
Sort of, yeah.
So,
Well, you're here now, so that's all that matters. Can I just start by asking you what brought you here and how long have you been together?
Do you want to take that?
No, ladies first.
We've actually been together for a year. I met Jamel at one of his fitness events. So my sister also does fitness, so they were doing a class together. And then we met, we started talking, and then now we're here.
Yeah.
So he has had therapy before, and he thought it was really good and helpful. So I feel like that's why I'm open to doing it.
And what are you hoping to achieve by the end? What's your goal coming to therapy?
I think to actually set some foundations and also blossom from this beautiful relationship that we've got. We started great. Relationships do have rocky parts, but it's nothing too big, I guess, to get over.
Just looking into your background, have you had many relationships?
This actually is my first relationship, but I have obviously dated in the past. But yeah, this is my first relationship, and yeah.
it's this part for me.
What does she mean by she have obviously dated in past, but dated a past relationship?
Is there something we're not getting? Do people have first
Comment down
relationships
below.
after
I don't
already
get.
dating?
What does she mean, though?
Like, she said it with so much confidence that I'm considering that we are the ones missing something. Maybe there is a way you can date and not be in a relationship. Like, you date people and could it be she just went out on dates and it wasn't official?
Who offend to benefit?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm just thinking. Anyway, comment down what you think.
Well,
This is my fourth relationship. Hopefully it's my last one to be fair, so looking good.
mostly things are going well then.
That's the attitude.
I mean, to an extent, I think there's a lot that we need to work on. An example of today is Jamal's lateness. I work a 9 to 5, he does fitness, so our timetables already clash. But whenever we plan to go on like date nights or we go church together every 2 weeks, he's always late. When I address him, he's unable to communicate and explain like why he's late or give me a heads up for being late. So yeah, that's a problem for me. I feel like he's always late when it comes to something that we're doing. I don't feel like he respects my time. I don't think Jamal has ever been late to a client's Zoom meeting, but why is it when it's Deborah time, he's late?
My time management is not the issue. I feel like it's more down to communication. There's been several times.
Do you communicate that you're going to be late?
Of course.
What about last week when you were supposed to come to my house?
Yes, we changed the time before then. So Denise, this is the situation. So originally the time was for 8 p.m. Then I realized I double booked with another client. So I gave her that up.
Yeah, that's already an issue. We had pre-planned that we were going to meet up because as of recent, we haven't been seeing each other as often because Jamal's taken on more clients.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
But we had pre-agreed that we were going to see each other on this particular day. Why are you double booking?
Things happen. Like, I do have clients across the pond.
What happened?
Can I just ask a question? When you are going to be late, do you communicate that? Do you let her know?
No.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Okay, so the last time we invited me to have dinner, I communicated with you.
He told me 5 minutes before the time that he was going to be late. That's inappropriate.
Deborah just always complaining about me being late. Like, she
Very
just feel like she's been
inappropriate.
controlling. Like, she doesn't take consideration of my time,
Like
where I'm
5
coming
minutes.
from, what.
Oh, shush, shush. 5 minutes before the time that they planned.
So
If
when-
she was cooking, she would have cooked for 2. If they were going out, she would have dressed. 5 minutes is not enough, like, to tell someone.
No, because in the place of work, or maybe in client, maybe going to meet a client, we tell the client 5 minutes to the meeting that okay,
Oh.
I'm going to be late. Too.
Yeah.
They are talking of.
She has a point when she says when it's Deborah time, he doesn't respect her time.
I'm doing before. She just wants to set the time and expects me to get there. They ain't gonna run.
Isn't
For the
that
record,
why
how
you...
would you like him to change?
At the end of the day, I like his drive, and that's kind of why we're together. My point is, there needs to be a balance. I'm happy for you to grind. I'm happy for you to do all the things you do. But again, we're in a relationship. The problem with you is you think we're business partners. We're not. I need love as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got a business, I work, but I still feed you, I still love on you, but I don't get, it's not reciprocated.
Right, so hang on, Paul, do you feel that you're giving as good as you get in the love stakes?
Well, to be fair, I thought I did, but now I'm thinking to myself, like, does she trust? Do you trust me?
Like, what? What? Do you think you are, like, giving
Why
the
this
same
guy
love? Does she...
giving- not even but why the guy is always going off track?
Like,
What
where
are they
did
saying?
trust
What is
enter
he
this
saying?
matter? I'm really wondering where trust entered this matter.
Okay,
Do
wait.
you
get what
reciprocate
I-
this love?
You don't reciprocate this love. I'm not feeling this love. Guy, how do trust enter? God, this guy is annoying. He played this.
Oh!
What?
Yes or no?
I do trust you.
Okay. If you trust me and you trust my judgment, and you know that between the both of us, we both got ourselves to the position where we are, which is a better position than we were in.
Is this
why
anything
would you
about
not
love?
Continue to trust the process.
He's still kind of talking about business.
Thank you. He has eradicated the whole love issue. Like, what is he saying? What are you saying?
So, and you trust the process. Why don't you trust the process of trusting the process?
What are you saying? What is he saying?
Eradicated the
Guy.
whole love
Oh,
aspect of our
What's his
relationship.
name? Paul.
I'm a woman.
Yeah,
I'm not
Paul.
wood. Do you understand? Like, I've got a heart.
Now, this is the problem
Like,
that
I'm
I
a
have with
woman,
women,
I'm
right?
not rude. And he's like,
For example, with Trevor and I, when
that's
we
a
first
Nigerian
started, she
thing
knows
to
I'm
do.
hardworking. I was doing X, Y, Z, what I had to do, okay? Everything was fine. She was happy I've got a hardworking guy, okay, hug, kiss, okay, cool. Nowadays, when I'm coming back late, the same person's complaining, asking me where am I coming from? And I'm thinking, what? Fair enough, I don't work overtime and I'm doing other things on a different level, but I'm the same person, so why would you question it?
You're not the
Can I
same
just ask,
person.
what's the
Because you don't-
last loving thing you did for
Denise?
Yeah, Denise.
Look, we're not going to play the whole turn each other against each other. When's the last time?
that's rude.
Okay, this one really calm. Oh, this Dennis.
But
And
anyway,
then
she's
she's
supposed to be calm. Like, it won't make sense if she's like, how dare you ask me
Well,
that kind of question?
I think you've already done your research.
I did research and I found out that a lot of people gave you good reviews. A lot of them have actually gone on to get married. A lot of them have resolved their situation. Be open-minded. I feel like people get results from you if they're open-minded.
Babe, she didn't answer the question.
She's
What's
answering
your
it
success
now.
rate? I need percentages. I deal with figures.
I'm afraid I don't work in figures. I work in people, and when people come back, it's because they're seeing results. So as far as I'm concerned, things are working.
So if we came back to
Enough
your
of that,
session,
because
that means
you're
it's
just-
working.
Well, you sign up for a certain number of sessions, whether you need to
Oh,
do.
so there's more than one.
He's
The
being
lady's
very
just
rude,
calm
and I really
and
don't
talking.
understand why. She's just doing her job. I'm quite happy with the service we're getting so far, so I don't know why he needs to calm down a little bit.
Like,
I'm
calm
getting
down.
irritated at this
Like
point.
a lot.
You're being very
bits even.
dismissive.
No.
At the end of the day, Paul is making me feel less than. Okay, he's very judgmental with the whole image thing. So if I don't do what he does, then there's a
What the
problem.
heck is that
One thing
laugh?
I'm not.
Me and Jamal argue all the time about his phone and social media. He's literally in love with social media. There's this new app called Clubhouse. I don't know if you've heard about it. This guy loves the app so much. I actually wish the app was not invented. I would call Jamal after a long day and we haven't spoken for a whole day, and he has Clubhouse in the background. Like, he'd literally call me on his MacBook so that he can have Clubhouse in the background, and then we'll have a separate conversation. Like, that's just too much.
How does that make you feel when you've got Clubhouse going and you're on the phone as well?
I mean, if I haven't spoken to you all day, like, am I not important? Like, you know that I go bed early, so I'm literally going to take 20 minutes of your time. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But he has to have Clubhouse in the background. He has to be on stage. Everyone has to hear Jamal's voice. Like, it's really not that deep. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
I
that he's
think I
crazy.
know what the meaning of the laugh. The meaning of the laugh is like, you got me. But they're lying.
Well, I don't know they are lying. I assume they are lying.
They're lying. Especially that man that very Apple.
No, that one, he's not even lying. He's just like, he's openly
Okay, yeah.
just shutting everybody down, not
and you
answering
and
their
he feels
questions.
like he's the perfect person and he's not wrong.
And they are not perfect.
And they need to
like,
listen to his
him.
opinion to be able to know the right thing.
Because
to
he
do.
knows everything
Yeah.
and they don't. And he has influential friends too.
Yeah, and
And high net worth
That's
people.
what-
Yeah.
Female
can't forget
attention.
the
I'm not giving him enough attention. This guy always wants to be on stage. What are you chasing? What are you looking for? I don't understand.
It's really not that deep, to be fair, the way she's making it. To be fair, I would describe Clubhouse as like a podcast, really and truly. So I just listen to it as like background noise.
No, you don't. You're always on stage and you comment
I'm
or
on
another,
stage, but it doesn't mean I'm always commenting.
regardless of the fact.
Is
He doesn't listen
Clubhouse
to me
important
when.
in your life?
Not more than Deborah.
No, I don't agree. Please ask that question honestly, please.
I said it. I said
So
it.
Clubhouse
I didn't
is
start
less
thinking.
important than me?
No, you are more important than Clubhouse. That's
Like, I think I
facts.
believe the
I
guy
don't
on
really
this one.
agree, but
About Clubhouse, I feel like Deborah she wants attention, I guess. So her being clingy here and there is cute, but she just needs to relax. I think she's getting a bit jealous, maybe.
How much time do you actually spend together?
I think when we
Of
first started
Clubhouse.
the relationship, we were seeing each other quite often. Obviously, times have changed and shifted, and obviously our work schedules have gone busy. But now
do you think you make time for me?
Yes, I do make time for you. As I said, like within reason, within our time schedules, obviously she knows mine. I've given her my rota. She knows when I'm busy and when I'm not, so you can obviously bob and weave in between.
So just
the timing.
explain to me what a typical working day for you is.
Cool. So obviously, as I said before, obviously I'm across the pond, so I cover 8 different countries. Do you have an issue?
No, but it's like you keep saying you cover 8 different countries. We get it. Like sometimes you wake up at 6 a.m.
Like, at least she's even complaining. It's the other girl that needs to come.
Sometimes you wake up at. We understand.
There we go. So obviously I'm in different time zones. I'm in different body clocks, so I do get tired easily. And obviously I'm exhausting a lot of energy. So I'm a personal trainer, nutritionist, and a brand marketer.
Do you feel that you make time for Deborah?
Most
It's a
certainly.
brand marketer.
I don't think
just
he
like
does.
the way they speak.
When we first got together, we were seeing each other up to 3 times a week. Now it's like once every 2 weeks. For me, I don't know if you want to spend time with me or not, but for me,
So wait.
Everything.
They started with 12 times a month.
Not
So like 3 times a week, 12 times a month.
till now.
And now they are at once every 2 weeks, which is
So
24
twice.
times a year. That's 2 months versus a year.
Oh my God, you know.
And you don't want her to complain, really.
that's like what is the relationship? I'm going to see you once every 2 weeks. Do you get what I mean? I love quality time, and you know that. And at the start of the relationship, that was what was happening. But obviously now there has been a shift, and that is what I don't like.
Okay.
Okay,
So
she
Paul,
says
just
she
give
loves
me a little bit of
quality
your
time.
background. What business are you in?
What the fuck? What,
Yeah.
Here we
answer
go.
the
what was
question.
that
One,
snort?
I deal with I network people. Here we go.
Just asking.
I just wondered, whether that was influencing the way
I'm
that
a
you deal
provider.
with life. Sorry?
I'm a provider.
Beleo. He says he's a
provider.
He says he's a provider. Sorry, yo. You say, what did you say?
I'm a
I'm a
provider.
provider. Who said you're not a provider? Uncle,
What's
what's your job?
Are you a banker?
Your work.
What is it that you do?
Yes,
I don't
I'm a
understand. Just
provider.
I don't see how this is going to help our relationship in the long term. This
Can you
is the
ask a
problem that I
question?
have, right? Look, with this Denise lady, I just feel like she's just asking lots of intrusive questions that doesn't, in terms of the journey. We've been together for a long time. I've managed to sustain our relationship financially, if that's the question you're asking.
No, I wasn't. I was simply wondering what motivated you.
Without telling you too much, I literally work with high net worth individuals, influencers, celebrities.
Oh,
you name
of
it,
course.
Providing with basically,
Of course.
nutrition,
You name it.
as well as fitness. I also run an IT business, which I work with potentially
Word.
influencers, brands.
This is something we haven't heard before.
more of the upscale, basically.
So you're a very busy man.
I am.
Even if there's nothing to do, Paul will tell his friends, I've just done something. No, you haven't. Like, chill, relax.
I am looking for a sister.
Hey,
Jama, my lover. Hey.
Shoma.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.
Guys, please make sure you comment down below about what you think. Okay? Alright. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified on time.
Yo, 5 simple things.